Yo guys, I'm Francis and welcome to the Goalpost. Charlie, today I day here with
Godwin, Charlie, we are back.
back.
Charlie, the Goalpost podcast, we are here.
After your win, Charlie Chelsea.
It's not as Charlie, we be big club. No normal. That trophy no be what Chelsea for fight for.
But then,
if you find yourself in anywhere, as you be big club, for sure say you be big club. So we had the mandate to win it. Nothing else.
okay,
Yeah. Nothing else. So.
But then today, Charlie, we can't talk about
the UCL finals. Charlie.
Versus Inter then.
Charlie PSG go hard. Funny enough. In fact, it be the perfect matchup for the final.
Yeah.
But not the perfect matchup for the hype.
You no get hype.
But it be the perfect match. Any proper football person go like watch.
Yeah.
For Champions League final. But for the hype,
you know really get hype.
Yeah.
Wait, one funny thing, these two teams, I'm not sure say they play for this game for then play game before like official match. Yeah, official match.
I know.
All be friendly. Yeah, official match. They know get.
I know myself.
So this match go be really hard. But then, if you dey watch, be your first time you dey join, Charlie, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. How you dey see the UCL final? How you dey see them? These two teams, even though the hype no really dey as we talk, but how you dey see them?
Maybe I take it from this side. First of all, the whole UCL, this will be the first time we play in the league table format.
Yeah.
Changing from something to the other be very difficult.
Yeah.
But to be honest, this particular league format, I enjoy it. It be nice.
Really enjoy them.
It really be nice. It really be nice. Especially it really be nice.
We get from day one go we get big matches to watch every week. Anytime we play the UCL, we get big games.
True. I enjoy everything about the format is perfect. I had my own doubt about it because Charlie, we've been accustomed to the old star, the group, the things. But I think this one it be nice. It be nice, and probably the other federations and CAF and stuff should. They can do something, not necessarily do the same. They can decide not to do, but it is nice.
Yeah.
It is nice. It is very nice. You always get a big matchup some way somehow, and I love it. Shout out to the UEFA guys. And in fact, back to the game, Charlie, it be tough game, very tough to call, very very tough. And if I try to preview this game, I think I've given myself like three pathways or three main subtopics to
where you go watch.
No way I would analyze the game, especially I look at the experience, probably the defense and attack.
And attack.
What
about the midfield?
You see, on a normal. If you know the defense, you attack.
Yeah.
So
that we have
no. In fact, in life, if you're not defending something, you're attacking something. So I just want make it just.
This match go be defending and attacking.
And from both sides. You know, if you talk say Inter will come defend for PSG to attack.
But then Inter, we know for this season one of the best defensive teams.
Of course.
And from Italy, Italy defend.
Yeah.
Until their last match, the semis they play before them, where Barca exposed them though. But then they be solid for defense. PSG too, you can talk about how then they attack, then get some Dembele them where they will come into the game, they will play attack war.
In terms of let me start from Inter, and let me also give some pathways how the two teams can be. Inter, especially if you look at them league phase. To be honest, they lost only one game in the league phase.
Yeah.
Considered only 2 out of 8 games.
Mad.
They are the best defensive team in the Champions League. When you compare it to the PSG side, it's the opposite.
Yeah.
In the first 5 games, they've lost 3, drew 1, won 1. Now
Even PSG, they have to play.
They
have
play
to qualify
through the play-in for the last 16.
Playoffs,
And in fact, it started from when the year 10 in like 2025.
2025, we saw Dembele then playing.
They turned the EPL teams left, right, center, hit them anyhow.
Yeah.
Starting from Man City, because even that Man City they came back from 2 goals down.
Yeah.
To win 4-2.
Man City game was group stage, right?
Yeah, it was a do or die for both. In fact, for both of them. As around that time, we later on Man City gets another take it the last but one game or last but one game before the 8th one. So I'm thinking that the 7th game in the group because they play 8 matches in the group phase. Yeah, I'm thinking that way. So PSG won. In fact, they were down 2-0. And they have to come back and win by 4 goals to 2, which was so solid. And you look at Inter to Charlie. They qualified in the first, I think the first 8.
Yeah,
I think they were part of the top 4.
Yeah,
the top 4 team. And so they were not even bothered by the play-in. PSG has to go through the play-in and medal all the English team in the Champions League. They played Man City during the group phase. They faced Liverpool in the last 16. Aston Villa in the quarterfinal.
They were one of the favorites.
They're the favorites, literally, because they were top. They are the top of the table. And later on, they faced Arsenal in the semi-final. So.
Brothers.
It's an EPL massacre. I remember after the game they asked me the Farmers League now.
Yeah,
because they always refer to the French. We always refer to the League One as the Farmers League, but everything shows that the Farmers League anyway. They play good football in League One, and big respect. That's why they're part of the top 5 leagues in the world. Big respect to them. They brought their league form into, and Luis Enrique is doing something great with this young lad. But if you look at as I said, the pathway to the final after playing all the English teams, and you compare to Inter also had to play Feyenoord in the last 16.
Yeah.
Had to now in the quarterfinal to play Bayern Munich, and later had to beat Barcelona.
Which was very tough.
They are here in the final.
Very tough.
Both pathways, take it or leave it, they are very tough. Not easy. You see, normally people will be like, oh, they face Barca and Bayern. So I think that's tougher. But Charlie, to hit a whole league, that is very tough.
And the way Liverpool were playing, Liverpool
they were the best team.
Even
in
they
the
lost
stage.
against Liverpool at home, and they have to come back.
And at Anfield. And Anfield has a record of not you don't normally do comebacks. They went to Anfield and got the job done neat. Yeah. They not necessarily even winning the game.
They played. They showed the character.
They deserve to qualify. And out at Anfield, they have to play against Aston Villa. Even though they were the favourites, Aston Villa gave them a game. And they met Arsenal. Don't forget, Arsenal had beaten the defending champion home and away. It wasn't even close.
Before that, in the group stage, Arsenal beat them. That was
Arsenal beat them 2-0
in
the group stage.
Yeah.
And remember, they also gave Arsenal home and away.
Yeah.
And
that was
I think if you look at the battles of both teams, I'm impressed.
The finals,
I'm very impressed. It's not easy, and this is a Champions League.
Yeah.
You can't get to the final and be taking and get easy matches.
No.
You definitely face the best teams.
That's
the UCL.
Yeah.
That's why the best club competition in the world. And
by far.
And let me narrow it down to the experience. So I said I'll be touching on 3 things: experience, attack, and defense. If you talk about the experience, yes, let's narrow it. Inter, in terms of experience-wise, from goalkeeper, they have Jan Sommer, a very experienced goalkeeper from Mönchengladbach to Bayern, and it's very experienced in terms of experience. In terms of the defense, the Inter backline, they are very experienced players. Even the young chap in there, which is
it Basic?
Even Basic.
Yeah,
Basic was there last season. Probably you will say, oh, he's not even experienced. But the other one, the Italian guy. The Italian guy who is always at the left-hand side of defense.
Is it
Bastoni. Young boy, but very experienced.
Very experienced.
Very experienced.
The last time Inter was in the final, that was 2 years ago. Yeah, he was there. Yeah. They have Basic, Asebi. He was there.
Stefan, the guy who is on the bench, was on the bench in that game.
Yeah.
They had in terms of experience, if you touch individually, even the young lads in there, you could see that and not even that their coach is very experienced in terms of the
exactly, very experienced.
You compare it to the PSG team in terms of experience, They have their own individual experience, but they've blended it with some proper youthful exuberance. You can't take away experience from Hakimi. He has played the Champions League final before. He has been there before. So Marquinhos.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Hakimi is facing his former club in Inter. Yes. So the most experienced person you would say for PSG in terms of the Champions League would be Dembele and Marquinhos.
Dembele.
Yeah.
He hasn't.
Oh, but in terms of Champions League, no, necessarily. I don't want to narrow to Champions League finals.
Okay.
In terms of experience, he has faced big. To play in the El Clasico is also huge.
Yeah.
It's a huge experience on its own. So yeah, I'll give him that prop. That even Donnarumma has experience, not necessarily in the final, but in terms of
his football career at young age,
started at 16 age at AC Milan.
And led the Italian team to win the Euros.
To win the Euros. He was the best player in the Euros. And experience. Even if you weigh both sides, you give it to Inter. They have
the attack. Thuram, Martinez.
Wow. And even apart from that, even if you narrow it down to Champions League finals, both teams have been in the finals for in the past 5 years.
5 years. 2020 was
PSG versus Bayern. So in the last 5 Champions League finals, both teams have been there. But they didn't win it. Both teams also lost.
Wow.
Normally, if you lose the Champions League final, your next final, you are likely to win.
And this one is likely to win, and one is likely
to also break the record. And secondly, this is going to be nice in the sense that Inter has almost 80%, or let's say almost 70% of the squad that played in the final available.
Yeah.
In terms of Acerbi.
70. Yeah.
Almost 70. Even 80 if you want to even calculate to the players who sat on the bench, who will be on the bench. They have Acerbi who is present.
Yeah.
And he's still in this team by playing the final. Mm-hmm. They have Bastoni. They have Damien, he's still in the team.
Yeah.
They have Nicolo Barella. Çalhanoğlu is still there.
Yeah.
They have Lautaro Martinez.
Dumfries is still there.
And the other left wing back, Dimarco.
He played in the final.
And if you move down to the bench, they have just Stefan de Vrij there and the others. Even Mkhitaryan was on the bench. And he's at
So
in terms of
Inter Milan, they get almost like the players we play the finals, the previous finals, where they come these finals. Yeah.
We will say the core of that final are even the main core of this team. And just look at the players that were in the final but are not available or are not in this team. They don't have Onana, but they have Soma.
Yes.
To be honest, it's an upgrade.
Upgrade. In terms of experience.
In terms of experience, because even Soma alone, the experience he has.
And this season,
super. If you put Soma aside, they had Edin Dzeko. They had Edin Dzeko in that final. Now they had Thuram.
Which is who
now
is
Thuram will give you more younger
and give you more
energy. And can have in terms of skill set, he is more skillful than Dzeko. If you come down to midfield, I think they had
that and they have this
Brozovic. Now, if you look at that midfield, they have Mkhitaryan. Look at Mkhitaryan was also present then. So it's crazy. It's crazy in terms of the experience. But if you come to the PSG side, they have only Kimpembe, who is injury prone and he's not going to play.
Kimpembe, the whole of this season, he played that.
He has not played him for the past 2 seasons.
2 seasons, like a match or two, something like that.
And I think he came and I don't know, he's gone back due to injury.
Then they have
Marquinhos.
Who was the captain and still the captain?
No, it was Thiago Silva was the captain. Yeah. But he was present. He was paired with Thiago Silva. You could say they have Lucas Hernandez, who was also experienced, but he's not going to start anyway. Now, if you put the experience aside, if you look at this Inter team, you will say this another experience aspect I want to talk about. Yes, Inter is very, very solid in terms of the back line. But in recent times, they considered 3 goals against Bayern in the quarterfinal, which is more than the goals they considered in the whole league phase.
League phase.
They considered They considered against Feyenoord.
Yeah.
They considered
Six
6 against Barcelona.
Yeah.
And that tells you this team is losing its defensive. Let's say the tag the defense one of the best defensive team in the tournament. They are losing it because they've periodically been conceding. But what we also forget is that they are playing against one of the best attacking team in terms of Barcelona this season, one of the best, and they've been able to hold pressure. They had to hold Barca.
They got 7 goals from Barca.
No, not even the goal scored. I'll come to that side later. But to hold Barca for that long, sit deep for almost 180 minutes, it no be banku.
And to win.
No, I won't even come to the win. To sit deep, defend from minute 1 to 90 first leg. From the second leg, defend from minute 1 to 90 the second leg.
No be easy.
That tells you that this Barca is just good. They will find the spaces. No matter what you do, they will score the goals. So and to sit back and be disciplined for 180 minutes is something good to write home about. You will question them for Bayern because Bayern have not been that well this season, but they got the job done. Who cares?
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
At the end, they got the job done.
You come to PSG too. We always fought them about defensively, but this season they've been okay defense in terms of the Champions League. Very good defensively.
Very good.
And attacking was yet. And apart from that, you go to the coaches. You can see Enrique. The two of them.
Before the coaches, I want to talk this. When you check PSG attack and Bayern, the Inter. You see, they are in the UCL. The player will get more goals beat Dembele. Get like 8. When you come to this guy, Inter, this guy gets 9. Martinez. Coming, the second people will get more goals for them be this guy, the my left back. Mendes for PSG. With Thuram for Inter. So I think PSG we now them attack. It be only Dembele where they give them the more goals. We give them more goals. We talk about how they attack, but I think they attack, but then the goals they come from only one side. Whereby Inter you come at least this guy will give the 2 attackers, so then they give goals.
Which is PSG, the 2 attackers.
No, this is Inter. The 2 attackers, so then they give goals.
So let me jump straight. I told you I'll be having them in 3 sections. So I was talking about experience and let me jump straight into the attack because you brought the conversation much more closer. In terms of attack, I personally feel like it is well balanced.
Yeah, well balanced.
Because take it or leave it, Inter mostly draws on down frees for goals. You see most of it. They are wing backs. Let me put it into the wing backs. PSG also draws on their full backs, which is Nuno Mesh.
And Hakimi get more assists for PSG.
Yeah. So even though they have Kvaratskhelia and the Doué, the Bakola names, the fullbacks are the ones doing the job most of it in terms of attack. Now, here's my little observation. Inter's wing backs will give you goal involvement in attack.
Yeah.
Apart from that, they are 2 strikers.
Yeah. Then
they also kill.
Me. So
they have more goals in them compared to the PSG forwards in terms of Kvaratskhelia, Seredoué, and Bakola. If you compare these 2, apart from Dembele, who has more goals in him, the others will give you the flamboyancy and stuff.
They will play by the goal. What
goals
have to be done? Yeah, score goal then we win.
But the thing is, their flamboyancy has been creating a space. If Hakimi lures a fullback down on the line, create the space. Guess who comes in? The fullback, the fullback of PSG. Just run into the space. Place it in. He finish.
Same now,
But in Inter, they don't really use wingers. They use their wing backs more often, and they have a robust midfield. I think they play 4-5-2,
Yeah.
3-5-2.
Yeah, 3-5-2.
3-5-2.
Barrera, then Chalanogo, then Mkhitaryan there.
And those guys are not going to, but they
No.
will cover the spaces when the wing backs go high. And those guys will give you proper robots in the midfield. We saw it when Barca players were holding on to them, but they were just stable, doing proper defensive work. But even with that, I feel like in terms of attack, in terms of the goals, I feel Inter individually with the players in attack, I feel Inter have goals. But in terms of proper attacking play, PSG, especially with the code they have, they take it up.
But PSG, make you do that and we wrap up. PSG, you see, then they play hard somehow. And Inter today know how to break their hands. Okay, them. The keepers, me too, I think say the keepers go count on the very busy. Yeah. We check Inter, them are record against France team, then they perform better. At least then they perform better. But PSG, them are record against Italian teams, not really be good. So at the end of the day, even though this year can be more of like the newcomers we no win, like the stadium they play safe. The finals they play for it be new team we win. Team we no win before we win. But this time around, I'm not sure say PSG go fit do one. But then history no really they lie. Wait, the last time to Bayern meet Barca, Inter beat Barca for this thing. The Champions League semis. That be 2009, 2010. Then go take the Champions League. So then, Charlie, how this thing they go? The Munich, the new team where they carry them. Team we no take before, virgin team where they carry them. Where this time around to make we see how, like, talk your final this and then make.
Okay, let me take it from the last. I don't know if Chelsea Bayern was the last game at Munich. The last final.
Yeah, Chelsea. I think. Yeah, Chelsea. 2013. Yeah.
But see, this is the dynamic. Even though PSG has never won the Champions League, normally you expect them to come in full rush. Like, this is our time. Inter is also having a season that you've seen them playing well, but they are yet to win a trophy this season.
Yeah.
They were booted out in the Italian Coppa Italia by AC Milan. And they lost the league by a point to Napoli. So
every coach, team, now they get something.
Inter wants to win at all costs, at least to end the season with a medal or with a trophy. Now it eases up the pressure on PSG. After all, we've done a domestic trouble. Even though I feel, or we all think that PSG want to win because they've never won
it before, and
they've always said that this is a project. So
a project, and they are in the UCL final.
Exactly. Last season they were in the semi-final. We all forget. Last season they were in the semi-final.
Yeah.
But I think that takes away not that they don't want to win. They want to win.
They would love
but
to
if you look at the dynamic, normally the pressure should be on PSG. But now I feel that the pressure is more tilting to be on Inter because you have to win a trophy. You have won the whole season without winning anything.
This I think them approach to Luis Enrique go love do the treble. Then you go equalize this.
I think if he wins, that's
then into go into Pep do too. So
but it'll be more than treble that because they win the league.
No, I'm just talking about treble. Yeah, they win trophy.
Two cups be for the
I think they do domestic treble.
Domestic treble.
So they go love do this. So Charlie, wrap up then make we see.
Personally, as I talk in terms of the pressure, listen, in 2012 when Chelsea won the Champions League, yes, it was in Bayern.
Yeah.
They faced Bayern at that. Who do you think will have pressure? Bayern or Chelsea? You are playing at home.
Yeah,
Bayern. And Chelsea won. This year, even though normally you think PSG should have the pressure because they want to win at all costs. The last time Bayern won, when they met PSG in 2020 during the COVID period, PSG wanted to Neymar and Co wanted to win at all costs because this is our time and blah blah blah. That is a pressure on PSG. No pressure on Bayern. Even if they don't win here, they have champions. But this Inter team, if they don't win, they can sack their coach if they don't win.
Yeah.
Yes.
Being the final
I feel even though not too much pressure like the other examples I gave, but the pressure a little bit on Inter compared to PSG.
Yeah, there is more pressure.
Yeah, I think Inter has more of the pressure than PSG. And this game is very close to call. This game is very, very close to call.
So who are you tipping?
My heart is telling me that Inter, but my head is telling me PSG. And normally, in terms of this, I go with my head.
Oh, okay. So PSG. I think Inter will take.
Inter will take.
Yeah. So make it see.
Don't be surprised. Don't be shocking, but
yeah.
I think I don't know why I feel my head tells me PSG.
Okay, Charlie. We go end for here. Thanks for joining us.
Oh,
Charlie.
It's always been a pleasure.
I did even talk to the viewers, Charlie. If you watch on now way you know subscribe, I beg. Do one.
Don't forget to put your notification on if you need. So if you post on, you get them.
You get them.
Yeah, quick.
The next ones you go post, you go get them.
Put the comment section under there. Yeah, I need it. I want
like
them. And if you want to banter with you in our previous videos on all the upcoming videos too, put the banter there. I will reply. Don't worry.